Your Honor. All rise. Season 3, Episode 2, Part 5. Yes, sir. All clear. You may be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Halloween to everyone, and welcome back to the Pennsylvania College Basketball Court, or the PCBC for short. This is Season 3, Episode 2, Part 5 of this wonderful podcast here on YouTube. I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Noah, reporting live from Sabrek, Pennsylvania. In today's episode, we will be finishing up the roster videos. This is the final one for the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. We have already done 13 out of the 17 schools, parts 1 through 3, talked about the East. And then yesterday we discussed the teams that finished in the bottom half of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference's West Division. Today we're going to be finishing off this roster video series by talking about the teams that finished in the top 4 of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference's West Division. I plan to be filming Season 3, Episode 3, the next episode, coming up next Wednesday, November 5th, right before the 2025-2026 season begins. We're 2 weeks away from tip-off for the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Mansfield will have a scrimmage game coming up next Friday, November 7th. With that being said, let's get this final part of this roster video series rocking and rolling. So starting off with us in 4th place last year in the PSAC West, with a record of 15-14 overall and a conference record of 11-9. That would be my alma mater, Slippery Rock University, The Rock. SRU, the players that departed last year were Jomo Goings, who transferred to D1 Long Island University, Dave Waters, who transferred to Millersville, which we talked about in Part 2, Omich Wilson, Kai Queen, Bobby Clifford, Alex Griggs, Blake Robinson, Colin McQuiston, Omar Abdul-Samia, and Luke Howes were the players who transferred from the Rock that will not be joining them this season. SRU has 14 players on their roster, and they are by far the oldest roster in the entire conference. They have 3 grad students and 2 players that are redshirt seniors. So let's start off with the Rock, my alma mater. We start off with number 1, a 5'9" guard and freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Imani Christian Academy, R.J. Sledge. Number 2, a 6'6" forward and grad student from the Bronx. Played his high school ball at Crosby. And before playing at SRU, he played college basketball at the University of New Orleans, Kerwin Prince. Number 3 is my favorite player from the Rock. He's a 6'6" guard and grad student from Sharon, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Kennedy Catholic. Before playing at SRU, he played 2 seasons at Gannon University. Ike Herster. He's the UNC for the new generation. He's the UNC of the PSAC. We'll talk about the grandfather of the PSAC here in just a moment. Number 4 is a 6'6" guard and redshirt junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Plays high school ball at the Petty School before playing at SRU. He played college basketball at Air Force Academy. Shaikh Samora. Number 5 is the grandfather of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. He's a 6'5" guard and grad student from Sharon, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Kennedy Catholic. Before playing at SRU, he played college basketball at Duquesne in downtown Pittsburgh. And also, his freshman year came all the way back in the 2019-20 season. No, technically, this is his 5th season of playing basketball. He took 2 years off and then came to SRU. Number 5 is Maceo Austin. Number 10 is 6'1" guard and freshman from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at LA Prep, Dane Givner. Number 11, a 6'7" forward and redshirt junior from Sharpsville, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Sharpsville, Mac Staunch. Number 12 is a 6'7" forward and senior from Baltimore, Maryland. Plays high school ball at New Hope Academy. And before playing at SRU, he played college basketball at Salem, Isaac James. Number 13, a 6'1" guard and redshirt freshman from Butler, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Butler Area High School. Braylon Littlejohn. Number 14, 6-foot guard and redshirt senior from Cleveland, Ohio. Plays high school ball at Ginn Academy. And before playing at SRU, he played college basketball at Detroit Mercy. Byron Otrix. Number 20, a 6'5" guard and freshman from Columbus, Ohio. Plays high school ball at Central Crossing. Kent Hairston. Number 22, a 6'4" guard and redshirt freshman from McDonald, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at South Fayette. Elijah Hill. Number 32, a 6'1" guard and freshman from Beaver, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Beaver. Brady Mayo. And number 35, a 6'10" forward and redshirt junior from Ambridge, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Ambridge, home of the Bridgers. Neary Bowens. Head coach for the Rock is Ian Grady, who is in his 8th season coaching the Rock and 17th season overall as a coach at SRU. His assistant coaches are John Valeriano and Brad Henry. Moving on to the team that finished in 3rd place last year in the PSAC West. They were the most surprising team in the PSAC West last year. They finished with a record of 15-13 overall and a conference record of 11-9. That would be Penn West Edinboro, the Fighting Scots. Players that departed for the Fighting Scots last season, that are not joining them this year, are the reigning PSAC West Defensive Player of the Year in Sanger Everin, Will Taylor, Dante Wilcott, Ryan Ladjevich, Steve Kelly, Michael Dunn, Will Bowen, Zion Barksdale, DeJuan Young, and Braylon Wilson. Starting off for the Fighting Scots, they have 16 players on their roster. Starting off, we have number 0, a 6-foot guard and junior from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Newcastle High School. Before playing at Penn West Edinboro, he played college basketball at former D2 PSAC West rival Mercyhurst University, Jonathan Anderson. Number 2, a 5'11" guard and freshman from Avonworth, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Avonworth, Rowan Carmichael. Number 3, 6'2" guard and freshman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Lower Merion, John Mobley. Number 4, a 6'4" guard and grad student from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Shaler. Before playing at Penn West Edinboro, he played college basketball at Westchester University, Mackay Reynolds. Number 5, a 5'8" guard and grad student from Erie, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at McDowell. Before playing at Penn West Edinboro, he played college basketball at Gannon University, Zach Kavanaugh. Number 7, a 6'6" forward and junior from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Emmaus and is an incoming transfer from Potomac State, Wilson Daniel Charlotte. Number 9, a 6'2" guard and junior from Erie, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Cathedral Prep, Tavion Spencer. Number 10, a 6'5" forward and senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Lincoln Park in Midland, Pennsylvania, Dakari Bradford. Number 11, a 6'6" guard and junior from Bowie, Maryland. Plays high school ball at Shabak Christian Academy, Ibrahim Robinson. Number 13, a 6'7" forward and senior from Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, Spain. Plays high school ball at IES La Manilla. Before playing at Penn West Edinboro, he played college basketball at North Platte Community College, Bryce Baez. Number 14, 5'8" guard and freshman from Edinboro, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at General McLean. He's a hometown kid. He stays at his hometown college. That would be Jackson Daly. Number 15, a 6'4" guard and sophomore from Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Hollidaysburg area, Cole Walters. Number 23, a 7'1" center and senior from Punjab, India. Played his high school ball at First Love Christian Academy, Aman Sandhu. Number 24, scratch DeJuan Young. We're talking about him now. He's a 6'3" guard and sophomore from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and plays high school ball at Newcastle High School, DeJuan Young. Number 30, a 6'1" guard and junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, played his high school ball at Our Lady of Sacred Heart. And before playing at Penn West Edinboro, he played college basketball at Butler County Community College. Home of the Pioneers, my first of two schools that I graduated from. Go Pioneers. Rocco Spadafora. And last but not least, we have the best player for the Fighting Scots. He was number 41, a 6'4" guard and sophomore from Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Thomas Jefferson. Evan Berger. Head coach for the Fighting Scots is the reigning PSAC West Head Coach of the Year, Justin Jennings. And assistant coach is Nathan Kulo. All right, penultimately, in second place in the PSAC West for the second straight season. They had a record of 18-12 overall and a 12-8 record in conference play. That would be Penn West, California, the Vulcans, who were the runner-ups from the 2024-2025 season in the PSAC tournament. The Vulcans, their players that departed, they have probably the biggest list of players that, in terms of production. Those would be Cam Polak, who transferred to Youngstown State, Donald Whitehead Jr., who is the defending PSAC West Player of the Year. He transferred to University of North Carolina at Greensboro. Keith Palak III, who transferred to Missouri State. Jordan Tavares, Caden Hanna, Antoine Arnett, Eli Brooks, and Asim Gunther. So the Vulcans, they have 16 players on their roster, starting off with number 0, a 6'2" guard and freshman from Dinwiddie, Virginia. Played his high school ball at Dinwiddie. Jordan Clayton. Number 1, a 6'7" forward and redshirt sophomore from Summerdale, New Jersey. Played his high school ball at Sterling. Antoine Arnett. Scratch that one. So he stayed with the program. Number 2, returning to the roster this year. He missed all of last year, essentially. He's a 6'7" forward and redshirt junior from Clarksville, West Virginia. Plays high school ball at Robert C. Byrd. Bryson Lucas, who was the PSAC West Defensive Player of the Year in 2024-25. So he's back with the roster. So Cal's best player, in my opinion. Number 3, a 6'5" guard / forward and sophomore from Kinsman, Ohio. Plays high school ball at Badger. Duncan Moy. Number 4, 5'10" guard and freshman from Leonardtown, Maryland. Plays high school ball at Leonardtown. Landon Wendell. Number 5, a 6'3" guard and / forward and sophomore from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Laurel Highlands. Keandre DeShields. Number 10, a 6'1" guard and redshirt senior from Laurel, Maryland. Plays high school ball at Meade. Brandon Singleton. Number 11, a 6'3" guard and senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Charters Valley. Braden Reynolds. Number 12, a 6'5" guard / forward and sophomore from Pensacola, Florida. Played his high school ball at Robert A. Taft in Cincinnati, Ohio. Jordan Buchanan. Number 13, never mind, scratch Asim Gunther, because we're talking about him now. He's a 6'2" guard and junior from West Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. West Philadelphia, born and raised. And played his high school ball at Abington Friends. Asim Gunther. Number 14, a 6'4" guard and freshman from the good old state of Minnesota. He comes from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Plays high school ball at Benilde, St. Margaret's. Jaden Daisy. Number 15, a 6'6" forward and junior from Atlanta, Georgia. Plays high school ball at Grayson. Joshua Ray. Number 20, a 6'8" forward and junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Plays high school ball at Northrop. Dalman Alexander. Number 22, a 6'1" guard and freshman from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball in Uniontown. Calvin Winfrey III. Number 23 is 5'11" guard and freshman from Fairfax Station, Virginia. Played his high school ball at Lake Braddock. Shane Riago. Number 24, a 6'4" guard / forward and sophomore from Lanham, Maryland. Played his high school ball at High Point. Ibrahim Touré. Number 32, a 6'4" forward and freshman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Himotep Charter. Makai Carter. Number 33 is a 6'4" guard/forward and freshman from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Cumberland Valley. Creston Austin III. Head coach for the Vulcans is the beloved Danny Sankum. Not by AP fans, but still. His associate head men's basketball coach is Steve Bridgman. Graduate assistant is Josh Polpiolski. And his volunteer assistants are Ryan Koster and Armel Cleary. And last but not least, to wrap up our roster video series, we have the two-time defending PSAC West Division champions and the two-time defending PSAC tournament champions, the Gannon Golden Knights. Gannon last year finished with the best record in the PSAC, going 27-7 overall, making it to the Sweet 16 for the second straight year, and they finished with a conference record of 17-3. Players that departed for the Golden Knights from last year were Ernest Shelton, Mike Matano, Mason Bennett, Isaiah Warfield, Justin DeBuck, Marcus Robinson, Tasman Goodrick, and Bruce Carpenter. So the Golden Knights, they have 14 players on their roster this season. We start off with number 0, a 6'6" guard and sophomore from Washington, D.C., plays high school ball at Jackson Reed, Lucas Sakasi. Number 1, a 6'4" guard and junior from Sydney, Australia, plays high school ball at Maurice Catholic College, North Shore. And is an incoming transfer from West Texas A&M, Mackenzie Morgan. Number 2 is a 6'6" forward and freshman from Lauderhill, Florida. Plays high school ball at South Plantation, Lathan Coleman. Number 3 is 6'10" forward and redshirt junior from Speyer, Germany. Plays high school ball at LA Premier Prep in Los Angeles, California. He played college basketball at Longwood and is an incoming transfer from the University of Missouri at Kansas City, Precious Idiaro. Number 4, 6'7" guard/forward and senior from Onalaska, Wisconsin. Played his high school ball at Onalaska, and before playing at Gannon, he played college basketball at Des Moines Area Community College, Victor Desmond. Number 5, a 6'2" guard and freshman from Columbus, Ohio. Plays high school ball at Bishop Hartley, Jaden Calloway. Number 10, a 6'1" guard and freshman from Meadville, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Meadville area, home to IEP assistant coach Armani Foster. Jack Burchard. Number 12, a 6'6" guard and senior from New Madison, Ohio. Plays high school ball at Tri-Village. And before playing at Gannon, he played college basketball at Union in Tennessee, Lane Sarber. Number 14, a 6'3" guard and sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Archbishop Ryan, Rocco Morbido. Number 22, arguably one of the best players in the entire conference, and he's the thumbnail for this video. He is one of the upcoming players, top 10 point guards for Division II this upcoming season in the entire country. He's a 6'2" guard and sophomore from Berlin, Pennsylvania. Plays high school ball at Berlin Brothers Valley. He was a second-team All-PSAC West honoree member last season. Most likely will be first team this year, and he is one of the favorites to win the PSAC West Athlete of the Year. That would be Pace Proser. Also won PSAC Tournament MVP last season. So there's a lot of accomplishments he had last year that I had to talk about with him. Number 23 is 6'1" guard and freshman from Gainesville, Virginia. Played his high school ball at Highland, Julian Rivera. Number 32 is 6'7" forward and freshman from York, Pennsylvania. Played his high school ball at Eastern York, Carter Wamsley. Number 33 is 6'7" forward and sophomore from Shawnee, Kansas. Played his high school ball at Mill Valley, Mason Kemp. And the 262nd and final player we're going to be talking about for all 17 schools in their rosters is a 6'4" guard/forward and junior from Sydney, Australia. Plays high school ball at Maurice Catholic College of the North Shore and is an incoming transfer from St. Cloud State in Minnesota, Lucas Morgan. Head coach is Easton Bazzoli. His assistant coaches are Mike Chalice and Isaiah Warfield. Volunteer assistant is Logan Wurst. reversed. And volunteer assistant / strength and conditioning coach is Brandon Richardson. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our final roster video for this upcoming season. Thank you guys so much for dealing with the 262 basketball players that I talked about for this upcoming season. Like I said, we're only 2 weeks away from the regular season beginning for the PSAC. Taking a look at the schedule for next week. So Season 3, Episode 3 will be releasing on Wednesday, same time as usual at 11 a.m. Mansfield on next Friday, November 7th, they have a exhibition game in Muncie, Indiana. They will be taking on the traveling to take on the Ball State Cardinals. And like I said, November 14th is just 2 weeks away. And then we will get started with the 2025-2026 recap videos here pretty soon after we're done with Season 3, Episode 3. Give you my standings predictions and the remaining players we talked about from the first episode here on YouTube. We'll be finishing up the players that entered the transfer portal. I do want to mention players that I forgot to mention that these were the returning players that got honorees last year. So East first team honoree members were Sharaj Ali of Millersville, Marcus Frank of Shippensburg, and Devontae Dennis of Westchester. East second team honorees from last season were Marcus Banks from Shepherd, and of course Jalen Bryan, who we talked about in the first video, from Kutztown. Head coach of the year was Damian Blair from Westchester. And then we got to the other ones for the second team honorees for the West. Kendrick Curtis from Seton Hill, Kaimani Marrero and Christian Moore from IUP, and Pace Purser from Gannon, who we just talked about not that long ago, and Justin Jennings from Edinboro was head coach of the year. But anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. I will see you guys on Wednesday to wrap up the final players in the transfer portal and give you my standing predictions, and then I will give you my picks and predictions for the first set of matchups, which will be for November 14th, 15th, and 16th. Till then, I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Noah, saying so long and have a great rest of your Halloween. Stay safe, guys.